Hey guys, my name is Nod Lamers of Invoked 101, and today I am doing the deck profile for ABC's post-November or December ban list, whatever you want to call it, because it takes effect December 3rd. Super hyped about this deck. We got a Assault Core back, we got Called by the Grave back, and so now we can play this deck at 100% full power. I don't think there's any reason that this deck, I don't think there's any other cards that this deck played that are actually on the list outside Firewall Dragon, and that was only to facilitate the FTK. This deck still has crazy link plays, this deck still has crazy combo plays, and I love this deck so much, and I'm super hyped to have the things. And playing in a format where you only had 2 A's has made me experiment with the deck a little bit, and I am excited to show off the differences between this one, which is the post-ban list, and the one from September, which is the one that I felt was one of the best ABC decks of that format. I felt that my build was pretty good. So instead of just basically playing that deck again, we're going to be playing this deck, which has some modifications to it. So let's start with the monsters, but real quick, before I talk about the monsters, I want to quickly mention to you guys to please back me on Patreon. All that will go to getting more content and more decks and deck profiles and sleeves and all the stuff and equipment for the channel, so such as this lamp that I recently got. So you can see there's how our videos used to look, and now they will look like this from this point forward because I was able to get this lamp. So anyways, without further ado, let's keep talking about the monsters. So we have 3 A Assault Core back again. When he's sent from field to graveyard, he picks up 1 other Union monster from the grave and puts it into your hand. So, you know, pretty useful, helps extend plays, helps refill your hand for C plays, and also just kind of cycles through your Unions really effectively. And then 3B, this is your searcher. When he's sent from field to grave, you get to search 1 Union monster. None of these guys are once per turn too, so the only once per turn that they have is the equipping effect and the summoning effect. So there we go. There is B, and then for the last of the labeled ones is C. When he is sent from field to graveyard, you get to special summon 1 Union monster from your hand. So very cool effect, definitely a nice extender, especially with the new link plays. When we were still in Master Rule 3 with pendulums, this guy was, you could cut him down to 2 and be safe, but now with link format and being able to basically activate their effects on command, as long as you have 2 of them on field, you can just do whatever you want, and it's amazing. I do play 2 other Union monsters. I play 1 heavy mech support armor. This guy is really cool with Brilliant Fusion because you can use your extra normal summon to just normal summon him and bring back a piece and then continue linking. So very cool, helped us make Saryujas very easily in the past format. So definitely still playing him, at least that 1 copy, and then 1 Torque Tune Gear as well. If you want, you can actually cut Torque Tune Gear and play this over it, and I might end up doing that because I think this might just be a little bit better of an extender if it was if it got its effect on special summon. That's the only thing I wish. I wish if it was just summoned, it got to do the grab 1 out of the graveyard, and it doesn't do anything when it's sent from field to grave, which is also a little upsetting, but neither does Torque Tune Gear. Torque Tune Gear is just there for like an OTK push because it gives the monster a extra 500. But that is it for the Unions. I don't play any Dark Unions. Everything in the deck is light except for 1 card, 1 monster. Then I play the Gadget Engine. I play 3 gold and 3 silver. I think that now that we have 3 A's back, you are definitely going to be opening up with the level 4s more. So because now you have the 9 level 4s again instead of the 7, and then the these, you are almost always going to be searching these. So having these is just, having the 6 gadgets just helps out in so many ways. And then to facilitate Brilliant Fusion, I play the 1 Garnet. This is the only non-light monster in the deck. And then I play 2 Ghost Ogres, just because it's Ghost Ogre. Honestly, these could be Effect Veilers. I think that Effect Veiler might work out a little bit better. It's just I didn't have any for this deck, and the Ghost Ogres have been living in this deck for so long that I don't really mess with them. But so that's it for the monsters. Setting those aside, let's talk about the spells and the traps. So for the first spell, 3 Union Hangers. I play the super rare because I don't have the secret rares, and it actually makes me kind of want to play the super rare pieces sometimes, but I digress. This card almost runs your deck. It doesn't fully run it because you can still do plays without it, but having it on field definitely helps out. So yeah, so when it's activated, you get a Search a Union, just super dope. And then whenever your Union is normal or special summon, you get to equip a Union from the deck, which they can't Ash Blossom that, which is super dope. Just love this card. And of course, 2 Terraformings to go with it. I mentioned it earlier, so here it is, 3 Brilliant Fusion. This is our Ancient Fairy Dragon replacement, because Ancient Fairy Dragon was helping out this deck so much. This just helps replace that and, you know, allow us to continue to play the deck as it wants to be played. 3 Call by the Grave. This deck actually utilizes this card pretty well, but it does have a really big weakness to this, because if they Call by the Grave your ABC Buster Dragon when you go to tag out, you're kind of, it does suck. But to actually counter that, because I find this card really cool, and I was only playing it at 1, but I bumped it back up to 2. I think I was playing 2 in the last one, but whenever the ban list first came out, I put it to 1, but now it's back at 2 because I like it a lot. 2 Magnet Reverse. So this is a quick play spell card that I think a lot of ABC players have been starting to pick up, and it's simply for the fact that if someone called by the grave, I'm playing this for a couple reasons, because it's more Monster Reborns for any extra deck machine monster essentially, and then if someone called by the graves your ABC Buster Dragon, and it gets banished, you can activate Magnet Reverse, and he will come back from the banish zone. Because Magnet Reverse lets you special summon a machine or rock that's banished or in the graveyard that just can't be normal summoned. And because it's a fusion monster, you can't normal summon it. So that's how you use Magnet Reverse. Very neat counterplay. And actually, hang on, let me read Call by the Grave. Target 1 monster, and if you do, its effects are negated as well as the activated effects on the field. Yeah, so you can still bring it back. You can still special summon it, but it can't do anything. So if you go to tag out and then they Call by the Grave it and you Magnet Reverse him back, you can't use his effects. But it's still a really cool card to use, and definitely one of the better counterplay cards to Call by the Grave for ABCs. And then for the last spell cards, 1 Regeki for the board wipe, and 1 Monster Reborn. So we are kind of playing 3 Monster Reborns here. This also, Magnet Reverse also is nice, because if your opponent goes to Monster Reborn and targets your ABC, you can just chain Magnet Reverse, because it's a quick play, and steal it back, and then they lose their target. So there we go. And that's the spell cards. We do run traps, of course, because it's ABCs, and they do enjoy playing a small trap lineup. So for the first 3, I play Judgment and 2 Strikes, just because ABCs, I've always played, outside of when we only had 1A, I've always played a Solemn package in the deck, so I felt that Warning had kind of, you know, it's been reverse power crept by the card that's better than it. So I'm playing the 2 Solemns and the 2 Strikes and the 1 Judgment, just because I felt these are the best ones in my opinion. I don't think Warning is as useful. And then we have the ABC staple, which is 3 Torrential Tribute. This triggers all your ABC's effects and also board wipes. So there's no reason not to play it, because you will most likely get a summon off this and have something on board. So there we go. That is the main deck. And I think that this main deck is pretty good. I like this main deck. The only thing I was having struggles with was Photon Thrasher. I thought about putting 2 copies back in, or at least keeping the 2 copies. And like I said, if you want, you can actually cut Torque Toon Gear for another one of these, and I think that might be a little bit better, but I don't know. I don't know yet. I haven't fully tested out this one. I've been messing around with it, and I like the way that it's working so far. Moving into the extra deck. For our fusion monsters, we are of course playing 3 ABC Buster Dragon. Whenever we only had 1A, realistically you only need to play 2, but now with 3 A's, we're back to playing all 3 of them, because now we can realistically make all 3. And then Gem Knight Seraphinite. This gives us the extra normal summon that we need instead of Nightmare Goblin, which honestly would have been a bit better had I had one for ABCs. I think that would definitely help out. So yeah, this guy, tag out, get all your pieces on like turn 2, and so turn 3 you're gonna like bomb your opponent if they don't have any response to him resolving, because you're gonna make Saryuja and you're just gonna pop off, especially if you have him and Union Hanger on board. It's basically game. So that's the fusions for Xyz monsters. We have Baguska for the skill draining effect, and also just in case we brick. Tornado Dragon for back row. Very cool card. I don't think he got reprinted in Battle's Legend, that's right. But yeah, so just super useful card. And then one Gaga Cowboy for if you go into time. So the theory with Gaga Cowboy is if you go into time, you open a gadget and a union, then you go gadget, union, overlay into this, and then burn them as long as they don't have a response. But yeah, so those are the Xyz monsters. Just the 3 because they're pretty simple to make. And then for links, 1 Cleafort Genius because he's the machine link. You can actually do some kind of cool plays with this guy where you negate Union Hanger after you get both its effects and then negate a monster on the field. So, and then you just continue to pop off with various things. So, I like that guy a lot. 1 Hippo Shinigami. Like I said, the entire deck is light, including Buster Dragon. And if you use if you get out Hippo Shinigami, which because Buster can use fusion materials from the graveyard, linking into this guy doesn't hurt you at all. Then so if you go Hippo Shinigami and then Buster Dragon and then equip Buster Dragon with Torque Tune Gear, you will have a 4,000 Buster Dragon, which is pretty insane to me. So there's those 2. Link Kribo, this is just for Torque Tune Gear. This is kind of a carryover from the Scramble ABC idea, and honestly, you could cut this if you wanted, if you want to. 1 Underclock Taker, just because he's generic. That's realistically it. 1 Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Goblin. Reproductus is pretty good. Basically, if you have Seraphinite, you turn this guy into another thing. Because chances are you're using Seraphinite and something else to go into Underclock Taker. And the issue I was finding with that is that you would get stuck on Underclock Taker. With Reproductus, you still use the same amount of materials, but Reproductus can change himself into either a light or a machine, so you can go into Hip Potion again or into Cleafort Genius to just continue to pop off. So that's why I'm playing the Reproductus right now, and I'm super glad he got bumped up to a super rare, and Mia was pretty happy about that as well. And then lastly, Saryuja Skull Dread, one of the honorary boss monsters of ABCs, just being able to draw 4, put some back, and then special summon again. So basically you get your normal summon, your extra normal, and a special summon all in one turn. And if we ever get Platinum Gadget, being able to Platinum Gadget and then get a Saryuja out and then use Saryuja and Platinum Gadget's effects, it's insane. And actually, there's never mind. Also, if we ever get him, I'll show you it. But there is a card I wish I had, and I do wish I had a Summon Sorceress. So in December, when that gets a reprint, I will get a copy of it, and I will see about replacing the Link Kribo, because I don't think Link Kribo is as needed in this deck, being that there's only 1 level 1 monster. So, like I said, if you have a Summon Sorceress, play it over Link Kribo. But that is it for the deck. That's what I got for you guys. I like this deck a lot. I've always loved ABCs. I've loved them for a while. I'm glad that they got their A back, because A really didn't deserve to get hit. And so, but yeah, tell me what you guys thought of this deck in the comments below. I think this is a pretty decent ABC deck, and I'm excited to play it again. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check out my Patreon. It is in the description below. There's so many ways for you guys to actually get to interact with us on that. We have a Discord for it and everything, and you can even get yourself a mat if you pick a high enough tier. But anyways, without further ado, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.